Wouldn't it be wonderful to attract your ideal clients worldwide online? Wouldn't it be great to just wake up to new business in your inbox from people who can't wait to take the next step with you? That is what this Web Presence Masterclass is all about. And you'll come out of this session with the key principles to get you started building or refining your web presence to attract your ideal clients online, with 7 key strategies and 1 action step for every strategy that will help you move forward starting today. In this hour-long masterclass, you'll cover all the principles, and you're probably going to find a couple of things that might have worried you before really don't matter, because you can do this. But what you'll also find is at the end of the session, you're going to receive access to a Web Presence DIY Toolkit to get you started right away, so that if you are starting out to begin to attract your ideal clients online, you have everything you need to get going. And if you already have a good, solid web presence, but you're not quite getting the results you want, you'll also be able to tune up what you've got and make it even better to really reach those ideal clients. And I think that's what you're here for. If that's what you signed up for, I can't wait to get started. If you've been feeling the pressure to establish yourself online professionally for the first time, or just polish your professional image, this quick Web Presence Strategy Masterclass is really for you. You'll discover handy new tricks and valuable old wisdom to build and refine your web presence. And you'll enjoy it, I promise. But let me introduce myself. My name is Marie-Therese Leroux, and I am a web presence strategist with soul. I'm the founder and owner of YaziMedia Virtual Media House, where we free professionals and entrepreneurs to do what they do best: build amazing businesses. How? With an effective web presence strategy that attracts their ideal clients online. And that is what we're going to pack into the next hour. I'm sharing this masterclass with you because I found that a major part of what my clients really need when they move online and build their web presence is not amazing technological software or a limitless budget, which would of course be nice, but that's not what you need, and it wouldn't even help if you don't have the first step in place. What is that? A sound web presence strategy. A strategy that can work for their unique needs. And you are possibly in the same situation. In this masterclass, you will discover the strategy behind an effective professional web presence. One that frees you to be the master, not the slave. One that shines the light on your superpowers. One that is authentic to who you are. And you will also receive the tools to start building that effective, authentic web presence right away. Let's use this next hour to set you up with a sound web presence strategy, fine-tune your approach, and start attracting your ideal clients online. Are you ready? I think it's a good time to get a glass of water, because you might need it. Keep your brain hydrated. Get a notebook, some paper, or if you're taking notes digitally, make use of that. And at the end of this session, you're also going to receive a link to your Web Presence Toolkit, which includes an ebook that is based on this masterclass. So you'll have everything you need to get going. But do take your notes, because that is part of your immediate action plan. And it also helps you to stay with me, keep listening, and let's do this thing. I can't wait to find out what you discover. Oh, by the way, and stay to the end, there are some goodies waiting for you. Let's begin with a web presence self-assessment to see exactly where your web presence strategy stands right now. How about this? Spread out the 10 fingers of your hands and put down a finger every time you hear a statement that's true for you. Ready? Let's go. 1. When I search for myself online, I'm not thrilled with the results. 2. Setting up all my profiles online seems like an overwhelming task. If you agree, put a finger down. I want to focus on my career and avoid wasting time online. If that's you, finger down. I don't want to be scrambling around on every social media platform. If you agree, finger down. I don't want to spend too much time posting on social media. I'm not really sure if I have anything to say that people will want to listen to. If that's you, put a finger down. I don't have the time or energy to accumulate thousands of followers. If you agree, put a finger down. I guess I need a website, but I don't know where to start. Finger down. I just want to be myself online. If that's you, finger down. And finally, I want to keep my personal life private. There we go. That's me. How did you do? How many fingers are still spread out? 10? None? 5 or something in between? Well, no matter how many fingers you put down, you did great. Because the trick is that there are many myths about web presence that could be holding you back. But they are just that. Myths. If you were worried that admitting to these statements made you seem out of touch, old-fashioned, lazy, or just plain clueless, rest assured, admitting to these statements makes you wise, sensible, and surprisingly ahead of the curve, because you see beyond the myths. In the course of this masterclass, you will discover why your instincts are actually an advantage when it comes to building your effective, authentic, magnetic web presence. The web presence that will attract your ideal clients to you. And yes, pardon the cliche, but it actually just might happen while you sleep or while you're on the beach. Not every time, but it's surprising how often it does. And you'll also want to get the tools to start building that web presence in the most effective way. So, does that sound good or does it sound great? Let's jump right in. So let's begin with a very important question. What is web presence and what can it do for you? That's been a whole lot of talk about this buzzword, web presence. But how exactly could we define it? The digital marketing agency Local IQ puts it this way. Your business's web presence is anything and everything about your business that lives online. This can be the assets that you create, like your website or social media profiles. Or it can be what others say about you online, like user-generated content on social media or reviews on local listings site. Quote, unquote. Now, they talk here about a business, but if you're a professional looking to branch out in your career, if you're a freelancer, a sole proprietor, even if you're a one-man or one-woman army, that business is you. And why does it matter? Well, the main benefit of an effective web presence is that it means your ideal clients can find you online. And once they find you, they'll get to know you, like you, trust you, and they can hire you or buy from you. It's beautiful. But there's a catch. The catch is that these ideal clients probably don't know your name yet. And even once they do find you, they probably still don't know you. So let's go back to that definition of web presence. And we'll see we could break it down into two things. The assets that you create, your profiles, your posts, and your appearances. But what about this? The assets that others create. Reviews online. The posts that other people share. What people are saying about you. Between what you say about yourself and what others say about you, what are people really going to believe? Of course, you're probably going to put your best foot forward, but others are most likely to say what their experience was and what you did for them. And if that is a testimony to what you do, you've got a massively credible source there. And what's more, people are actually doing the work of building your web presence for you as credible outside testimonials. Take a moment to let that sink in. You don't have to do everything yourself. In fact, a lot of what others do will go a lot further. Powerful stuff, right? So, your optimal web presence should help your ideal clients find you, get to know you, and trust you so much that they can't wait to hire you or buy from you. Preferably without you lifting a finger. Pure business bliss. But wait, we're not quite there yet, are we? So how do we get there? If you're just starting out with building your professional web presence, what you already have could be almost anything. On the one hand, you might already have a lot of your work online, whether it's your publications, online profiles, or even media coverage about your work. In some industries, this is simply part of the job already, and it could be all pretty much in place. Good for you. On the other hand, you might have little to nothing online about your professional work. And I'm very happy to reassure you that this is not really such a big problem. In fact, starting from scratch could be a whole lot simpler than untangling a complex and irrelevant digital footprint. So, if you're starting from scratch, you're also in a great position. Wherever you are now, we all have to start somewhere. And you are lucky enough that with this masterclass, you are taking the shortcut past many of the obstacles that could otherwise trip you up. The first of those obstacles is a few common web presence myths. Let's clear them from your path right away. Before we bust a few web presence myths, let's play a quick game. I call it Truths and Myths. We will look at a few statements about web presence that you might be hearing very often online, especially from the social media gurus who are definitely encouraging you to follow their steps. Well, those steps that you take should be as unique as you and your business. Nobody's recipe is going to fit you. But first, let's take a look at what they are. Truths and myths. When you hear each statement, raise your hands all the way up if you feel it's a truth, and all the way down if you feel it's a myth. Ready? What are the truths and what are the myths? Number 1, a website is essential for an effective web presence. Truth or myth? 2, you need to be on at least 2 social media platforms for online success. Truth or myth? 3, you need a large following to be credible online. Truth or myth? 4, you need to post as often as possible on social media to reach your ideal audience. Truth or myth? And 5, the best platform to start building your professional web presence is LinkedIn. Truth or myth? Let's see. How did you do? Did you feel confident about your answers? Were they correct? Actually, all these statements fall into the same category. Truth? Myths? Also, no. All these statements are true in certain cases, and they are myths in others. Let's look at number 1. Is a website essential for an effective web presence? Probably not for you. At least, not just yet. And incidentally, there are other ways to build a web presence than doing it yourself. Google a guy called Keanu Reeves, and you will find he has no online profiles of his own. He's doing pretty okay for himself. According to online estimates, he earns over $2,000 per hour every hour of every day. No personal web presence. So there are ways and means. Do you need a large following to be credible online? Number 2. Nope, but a quality following and credible testimonials will always be helpful. Number 3. Do you need to post as often as possible on social media to reach your ideal audience? Honey, you might not even need to post at all. For now, set up a solid profile where it matters and focus on what grows your skills, your reputation, and that beautiful measure of business success that nobody can argue with. Revenues. Number 5 is the best platform to start building your professional web presence. LinkedIn. Probably, especially if you offer a professional service to other professionals or businesses. You can survive without a LinkedIn profile, but the benefits are tremendous. So missing out would just be silly. Unless you're Keanu Reeves. And if you are, thank you for being here. We should talk. So in short, set aside the myths, the expectations, and the long list of all those incapacitating shoulds. Embrace the truth. An effective web presence is one that is authentic and exciting to you. In the next section, we explore the strategy behind an effective web presence for you as a unique individual. And we do this with 7 keys to an effective web presence strategy. For every key, we have an action step you can take right away. So let's get started. To build a web presence that really works for you, one where you feel comfortable and authentic and excited and engaged and magnetic to your ideal clients, there are 7 keys. These are keys to your professional web presence strategy and practice. Let's start with the strategy right away. And at the end of this masterclass, you'll find the link to your Web Presence DIY Toolkit where you can roll up your sleeves and dig in with a practice. For every strategy, we also have an action step so that you can take measurable action and watch for your results. Yes. Some of this might seem a little bit new and overwhelming, but I promise we will break it down into bite-sized chunks and doable steps that you can start taking right away. Let's begin with crystal clarity. Strategy number 1, crystal clarity. Specialization meets personality. Can building and refining your web presence seem a little intimidating? Of course, but only until you have clarity on 2 things. The absolute bottom line of what you do and who you are. In other words, your superpower or specialization and your unique you, your personality, the way you do things, and who you are at the essence. Why in that order? Well, see, you want to magnetize your ideal clients, and they, along with the internet search algorithms, first need concrete search terms to find your service, because they don't know who you are yet. Then, once they can find you, what they need next is your very own wonderful you. To give them these concrete terms, you need that crystal clarity. And that's why specialization is so important for your web presence. If you have not yet narrowed down your specialization, now is the time. Your specialization clarifies who your ideal clients are, what they are looking for, and therefore the clues to how to approach them. Now, writing a profile description might seem challenging, but showing your online visitors that you understand their problems and that you know how to solve them and how, well, that's easy. That's doable, right? By doing this, you demonstrate that you are the right choice for them. And suddenly writing that profile gets much, much easier. And once you have that crystal clarity on your superpower, your specialization, there is also your unique and individual personality that makes you stand out. Because yes, while your professionalism is obviously paramount, a dash of your sparkling signature style can make you the preferred choice among any competitors. And how do you do that? Be true to yourself. Bring your authenticity to the party. The online world values authenticity way over toothpaste smile perfection. When it comes to being you, there is no competition. In the immortal words of Oscar Wilde, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. So our first action step for this first strategy, crystal clarity, is this. Answer that all-important question. What do you do? And then, who are you? So if you don't have a purpose statement yet that says what you do and for whom and in what way, now is the time. If you already have one, take a look at your statement, see how it's relating to reality nowadays, and see if it's still aligned to what you do and who you are. And from there, you might want to make some fine-tunes. If you want to take this to the next level, take a look at the search terms that people will use to find you. Because when those search terms or keywords show up in your descriptions, the search engines take notice. And for people to find you, your ideal clients, they need the search engines to understand who you are. That is why this matters. And then as to that all-important question, who you are, we can never spend too much time exploring that. Give yourself a little bit of time today to really ask that question. Who are you? And what does that bring to the table with what you offer people online? With how you serve your ideal clients? And how can this take shape in your web presence? Because that authenticity makes you stand out above any competitor. So that's our strategy 1, crystal clarity. What you do and who you are. Our second strategy for web presence is concrete confidence. Because it's not about you. One of the major hurdles many of us face when we open up our digital shopfront is confidence. Or rather, a lack thereof. Especially when our culture, our gender roles, our past experiences, and our deep down insecurities that we all have trained us to be modest, not to blow our own trumpet, and to keep our heads down. It can be really scary to put out our talents and quirks all on display. The last thing we want to do is seem arrogant or, heaven forbid, downright annoying. This is especially true when embarking on a new career path or starting a business, pivoting to a new specialization, or simply really making your mark online. If that little voice in your head has been nagging, but what will so-and-so think? You know exactly what I mean. That little voice is probably always going to be there, but you don't need to pay attention to it. Because who said that you need to blow your own trumpet? The most convincing way to prove your skills is rather to teach someone else how to play theirs. And you know what? They will probably appreciate and love you for it. And you'll enjoy a whole lot more credibility. See, your web presence success is actually not about you. It's about shining the light on the people you serve, guiding them, supporting them, leading them, celebrating their successes. When you make that the focus of your profile, your accolades and any materials you share, there's no need to feel uncomfortable. You're passing on the limelight, but you are basking in reflected glory. And anyway, celebrating the success that you have sparked for others is far more convincing than yammering on about how great you are. It shows how great you are. And yes, you are. There's a big difference. So your second web presence strategy is concrete confidence, because it's not about you. And here's your action step to go take. Who have you created success for? Who has supported you? And who do you want to acknowledge? If you make that the topic of at least one post or one article or one of your appearances or even your next campaign, that is one of the most convincing ways to show who you are. Celebrate the success of those you have helped because you have helped them. This gives them credit and it certainly boosts their credibility while doing so much more for your credibility than simply saying what you're good at. Go and try it today if you're on social media already, and if not, start to plan how you can promote the success of the people who have been your clients before. Your third web presence strategy is location, location, location. This is all about helping the right clients find you online. A solid professional web presence does not mean you have to be everywhere online. In fact, if you're everywhere, you're probably splitting yourself up into so many pieces that you can't maintain any of your presences with the kind of quality that you would like. What it does mean is that you should be where your clients are most likely to find you. And be there in such a way that it establishes you as their very first choice. And preferably it should also have them begging you to take their money and get started already. There are numerous platforms to do this, both for general professionals and also within specific industry niches. Which one is best for you? Well, that depends on your needs. But what is worth knowing is that with many platforms, if they provide some kind of a marketplace, they will also ask something in exchange. It might simply be the right to advertise, but it could also be a commission fee. One example is the outstanding remote work platform Upwork. With online remote work becoming the norm, an excellent place to be visible is Upwork. Upwork is trusted, well-organized, supportive, and it's a reliable source of work and recommendations. If you are starting out as an independent professional or freelancer, or even with a small business, this could be a great place to be because it brings so many opportunities. Yet, this privilege comes at a rather hefty price of a 20% commission. It is worth it for the leads, but what if you can generate your own? When clients knock directly on your virtual door, you cut out the middleman and the commission fee. So, making your virtual door easy to find is a priority. And the best way to do that? For the professional in almost any field, it is undoubtedly a solid profile on LinkedIn. This professional social media platform stands out head and shoulders above any other websites, blogs, podcasts, video, and general social media channels. And there are several reasons for this. And yes, I am biased, but this is worth your attention because LinkedIn gives you the best yield for your efforts. And here are just a few reasons why. Go Google your name and see what comes up first. Unless you have a massive empire online, it's probably going to be your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn results are often the highest ranking search results for search engine queries. So, worth being there, right? Also, LinkedIn users, including your ideal clients, are on this platform with business in mind. They are there to grow professionally. They are there to build their business. If you can help, they're going to find you. Of all the social media platforms, LinkedIn users have the highest average income, meaning they can afford to invest in you if you offer them something that can help them. Also, LinkedIn offers you as an individual the widest range of professionally driven options for connecting with your ideal clients by adding value rather than just selling. This includes text posts, image posts, video posts, articles, newsletters, and even polls where you can attract automatic market research. So LinkedIn can replace a lot of what you would ultimately need when you're starting out. Then there is a great feature that launched recently called LinkedIn Creator Mode. And when you activate this, it amplifies your reach and sets you up as an authority in your field. Activating Creator Mode can multiply your views by 5 to 10 times. And here's a little secret. The LinkedIn service page that you can link to your profile can act as a marketplace. That's pure exposure to your ideal market where you demonstrate your value and people are prepared to do business with you. No middleman, no fees, at least not at the time of making this masterclass. I think the fees are coming. So now is the time to jump in. So if you are picking one platform, make it LinkedIn. Unless there is another clear and obvious online destination for your industry or niche. And that makes for our third web presence strategy: location, location, location. You don't have to be everywhere, but be in the right place. So your action step is make sure that you are in that ideal location. And chances are it's probably LinkedIn. At the end of this session, you'll find out more about how you can learn more and keep going with building your web presence on platforms like these, and how you can really make it a feasible, measurable part of your business month as you plan ahead, really fine-tune your web presence in that area and take action. And then you can measure the result. So, a little bit of homework, tune up your LinkedIn profile, and let me know when you're at it. Come and connect with me. Of course, every connection on LinkedIn is a great one, and I'd love to support you there. Our fourth web presence strategy is the magnet mindset. Stop chasing, start attracting. If someone started chasing you, what would you do? Calmly face them, embrace them, and say, "Take my money"? No, you would run. So why would your target clients be any different? You chase, they run. And the harder you chase, the faster they run. Chasing clients to make a sale is a waste of your precious and finite time and energy. Even if it works, which it probably won't. Overselling or chasing clients who are not ready will repel them. Guaranteed. So rather than chase clients, why not attract them? An effective web presence is like a polarized magnet that attracts your ideal clients and repels the wrong ones. And repelling the wrong ones, incidentally, is just as important. The wrong clients will never be serving your business in the way that you wish. The wrong clients are those who ask you to do work in which you're not specialized, or they have unreasonable expectations, and basically, they will never be satisfied. They also tend to be the ones who are problematic when it comes to payment. Taking on the wrong clients is a recipe for mutual disaster. So, repel them early and feel good about it. That's why crystal clarity on your specialization is so vital. Remember that strategy number 1? It allows you to truly serve your ideal client in an exceptional way. And your exceptional service guarantees return business and recommendations. Your crystal clear web presence speaks to these ideal clients, building their trust. But that is just the first step. Once these ideal clients find you online, they will want to know more about your work, and most specifically, what you can do for them. Again, remember that it is not you that is in the spotlight, but the results you can deliver for them. The next 2 strategies help you look at how you can give them an irresistible taste of those results. So to sum up, Web Presence Strategy number 4 is the magnet mindset. Stop chasing, start attracting. And your action point here is to ask yourself, what will really attract your ideal client, but repel the wrong ones? You know the ones, those ones who are simply going to waste your time. And anytime you pursue any interaction with a client, ask yourself, are they your ideal client? There is no reason to waste finite time, energy, or funding on the wrong people. Really make sure that you are addressing the needs of your ideal client and addressing them exactly the way they want to be served. With Web Presence Strategy number 5, we are looking at something priceless that only you can offer: the you experience, and how clients can sample it. Would you buy a pair of expensive shoes without trying them on? Nope. The fit matters. A good fit is even more important for a professional collaboration than it is for the best pair of shoes. So, how can your ideal clients try you on before they commit to the fit? Give your ideal clients a taste of the experience you offer. Online, you can do this automatically. Here are a few ways to do it. Showcase your best work in the best light. A portfolio of your past work is a great way to do this. Choose the medium that gives your clients the most accessible experience, whether it is a photo gallery, a document, a video, or a link to external resources. This should be easily accessible from your online profiles. On LinkedIn, you can add this to your featured section to show up prominently on your profile. Another way is to share your expertise in social media posts, images, and videos. This is very doable on platforms like LinkedIn, where you can also publish articles that tend to rank well on Google. This really can be simple and doable, so you can focus on your money-making machine. Simply document your professional journey and acknowledge your supporters, collaborators, and clients. And here's a quick tip. On LinkedIn, using Creator Mode is going to expand your reach on the platform exponentially. You can take advantage of that incredible network and those incredible references to further spread the word about what you do, establishing you as the expert. Something else. It's true that your own blog, your own video channel, or podcast could be an excellent option for certain target markets. But what matters most is getting started. The brutal truth is that all these channels can take a lot of input to set up. A website, a blog, a podcast, a video channel. And they do not have a guaranteed audience from the get-go. If you've been thinking of starting a website, a blog, a video channel, or a podcast, but you've been procrastinating, that's proof that it's going nowhere yet. Why not make use of LinkedIn and simply get it done there? You can add articles that would be similar to a blog. You can add videos that would be similar to what you have on a video channel. And you can even host audio experiences or audio events. So there are plenty of possibilities. You can always take that material and republish it on your website, your blog, your podcast, your vlog. But if you're not getting started, just go to LinkedIn and get started already. Because on LinkedIn, the audience is waiting for you, unlike on the rest of the Wild West of the internet. And finally, I'm going to share with you my personal favorite to position yourself as the expert in your field. This is a very good one because it has a little bit of an olden days feeling. It doesn't always have to be online, because sometimes we do give special credibility to people who are appearing offline. So here is that personal favorite. Get featured as an expert in the traditional media. Even though the traditional media tend to be online nowadays, they still have a certain credibility that it's hard to establish online. Because here's the truth. Somewhere out there, a journalist, a TV producer, a radio host, blogger or podcaster is scratching their head about their next feature. Perhaps you are just the inspiration they need, and their publication is just the exposure that will introduce that ideal next client to you. That is you, the expert. Now, this takes gentle discretion and relationship building, but it can be immensely powerful. The easiest avenue to getting featured in the media is this. Sign up for local and international request newsletters and respond when media creators need information from your field of expertise. The international option is Help a Reporter, affectionately known in the industry as #Harrow. For those in Australia and New Zealand, SourceBottle is a leader. And in South Africa, the Media Alerts email goes out every weekday morning at 10:30. In all these sources, you will find reporters, experts, and other interesting media figures who are looking to feature stories like yours. What better way to demonstrate your expertise? You can also approach individual bloggers, vloggers, and podcasters in your niche. But of course, be sure that you have supported them for a while. Just showing up out of the blue and saying, "Hey, would you like to feature me?" of course, is not very slick. But if they know that you're a supporter, you can also make a better pitch for them. Appearing as a guest in interviews, text, audio, or video can also leverage your host's audience for you. And this can be a huge help with your web presence. So this is your sign to get cracking. All these ways of sharing your expertise open the door to those who come across you online. Target your specialization well, and your ideal clients will be among them. These tactics are excellent ways to raise awareness and start building a relationship. But they have one shortcoming. Up to this point, those prospective clients know where to find you, for now. But will they remember you? Will they come back? Will they take action? And can you contact them to follow up? Maybe. You can do better than that. And that is why you can benefit from a lead magnet. Or better yet, a lead product. So, Web Presence Strategy number 5 is the you experience and how clients can sample it. Your action point: go and think about what it is that you can show people to demonstrate exactly what your skill is, whether it's a portfolio of yours, a little video that you've made, or maybe even being featured in the media. Or it could be a small referral that someone writes for you. All of these could be great. And your next action is to go find one of them and get ready to share it. Our 6th key to web presence strategy is lead magnets, lead products, and long-term relationships. One of the best ways to follow up with your online visitors is through their email address. There are alternatives, but email, used well, is one of the most powerful ways to maintain your connection with prospective clients and build a lasting relationship. A side note. I know exactly what you're thinking. We all hate pesky, spammy emails that clog up our inboxes and offer no value. But you would never send one of those, would you? The emails that help us, inspire us, or even entertain us can light up our day. And that is the kind of email that you want to send. always offer value and your ideal clients will stay with you. Remember, stop chasing, start attracting. And you attract with value. So what is the best way to get an ideal client's email address? Offer them something of high value that you will deliver straight to their inbox. The classic lead magnet. High value to your ideal client is the key here. So if you can help them solve a problem, they are sure to be interested. That experience can convince them to move on to your paid products or services. And of course, you do want to let them know that when they opt in to receive this product, that they will receive further email from you and that they can subscribe or unsubscribe anytime. Your lead magnet could be anything from a cheat sheet to a checklist to a template to a report or a short ebook, maybe an audio or a video or a webinar, or even membership to an exclusive online group. There are some brilliant ideas and guidelines in the article that's linked to the ebook in your Web Presence DIY Toolkit, so that you can really get inspired with offering something of great value that you can prepare and deliver to your ideal prospective clients. And no, you don't even need a website to offer a lead magnet. A simple landing page will do. One of the best free options is from HubSpot, which also offers outstanding free training to support you. A newer trend in the online marketing world is to offer a high-value, affordable lead product. This is a high-value digital product that you offer at a very affordable price. A lead product has the added advantage that it shows you your prospects are able and willing to purchase online. And of course, it generates a modest revenue. Possibly very modest, but you will find that online the difference between a $0 and $1 is almost infinite. And waking up to find a sale or 10 in your inbox, that's a feeling like no other. A lead magnet or product is a significant step in building your relationship with your ideal clients because it allows you to connect back with them and follow up. Use this power wisely to serve and delight them, and the results just might surprise you. So, Web Presence Strategy key number 6 is lead magnets, lead products, and long-term relationships. So your action step here is to ask yourself, what is a wonderful way to demonstrate what you do for your clients? It could be in any form. If you have a great voice, you might want to provide it on audio. If you're good on camera, it could be a short video. Maybe you have a cheat sheet you can share, or a template, or even just a short document or ebook. Whatever it is, remember that you want this to be something that really offers great value right off the bat for your ideal client. And from there, you can share and distribute it and take absolute advantage of showcasing what you can do in a way that it will bring your ideal clients to give you their email addresses. And then, of course, you'll want to take good care of them from there on. Our final key, and number 7, to Web Presence Strategy is evolving your business strategy with you. With all these keys to your web presence strategy in place, you will notice a shift where business begins to come to you. This is extremely exciting until you realize there are limits to what you alone can do in your 24 hours a day. And that, of course, is a wonderful problem to have. So celebrate it. As you start growing your client base and revenues through your web presence, your next step may well be to enlist support. Just imagine what would be possible if you had a virtual assistant to handle most of your administration, or a professional writer, designer, videographer, programmer, accountant, or even a business manager to handle the nitty-gritty of your business. Attract your ideal clients online with your magnetic web presence And that could very well be a reality in the near future. You will evolve. You already are evolving. In the long term, the web presence strategy that will serve you best is a sound structure that is open to evolve and to grow. And that is as true for you as it is for your web presence. So, that seventh and final key to your web presence strategy is evolving. And your action step for this key is one that's a ton of fun. Take a couple of moments to allow yourself to daydream. As you evolve in your web presence journey and your business journey, your professional journey and your career journey, what will be your next steps? Where can all this take you once you're receiving the requests from your ideal clients online? You're bringing in extra revenues in so much of a more efficient and easy and enjoyable way. What will be next for you? And so, here's a summary of those 7 keys to your web presence strategy to take with you at the end of this masterclass. Number 1, crystal clarity. What do you do and who are you? Number 2, concrete confidence, because it's not about you. Number 3, location, location, location. Help your ideal clients to find you online. Number 4, the magnet mindset. Stop chasing, start attracting. Number 5, the you experience and how your clients can sample it. Number 6, lead magnets, lead products, and long-term relationships. And number 7, evolving, because your web presence strategy grows with you. Now that almost brings us to the end of this masterclass, but now that you've got the strategies and those 7 keys, how are you going to use them? One of the best ways to get your hands dirty, dig in, and revamp your web presence to attract your ideal clients is with the Web Presence DIY Toolkit. And you're going to find a link to that in a second. So although this is a strategy masterclass, the real magic happens when you take action. You want to start building or refining that web presence after all. So, in your Web Presence DIY Toolkit, here's what you get. First, your DIY Web Presence Checklist. Use this hands-on checklist for assessing your web presence with an expert touch. By yourself, right away. Then there's your key copy template. This handy template will help you keep your perfectly polished, proofread text all in one place. When you need to fill out a social profile, write a bio, or write about what you do, you can simply copy and paste from there, and you're ready to go. And then you'll also receive a copy of this masterclass in an ebook format so that you can easily just flip through it or run a quick search for any terms that you might be looking for. In the text, you'll also find hyperlinks taking you to a couple of the interesting links and resources that you've heard about in this masterclass. And then there is your invitation to keep evolving your web presence. Anything that is alive is constantly evolving. You, your work, your business. And if it is alive and thriving, your web presence. Investing an hour or 2 every month in fine-tuning that web presence is one of the best steps you can take to attract your ideal clients and your ideal revenues. This invitation will show you how you can do this easily, effectively, and very importantly, enjoyably. So be sure to take a look at your Web Presence DIY Toolkit. So, what's next? If you found this session valuable, you now have the first steps to start attracting your ideal clients online. But that can be so much easier with a bit of support. How great would it be to have one clear, doable step to building your web presence every month as you grow? If that would help you, there is an easy way to access this: the YaziMedia Web Presence Powwow program. Here's how it works. In easy, manageable steps, you will learn how to establish yourself as an authority in your field, raising your value. You will learn how to build your audience and the relationship that earns their trust. You will build your automated income streams that generate more sales. And you will be able to do all this successfully in a few hours a month, while your business flourishes and you also have more time to do what you love. With Web Presence Powwow membership, you will enjoy a monthly Web Presence Strategy Roundup that is a 30-minute video recording of what's hot and happening in the world of the web right now, but also showing you how to take action on that. You will also have access to a monthly Web Presence Powwow community Q&A live session. And if you miss it, there will be a recording for you that's exclusively available to Powwow members. You'll also receive a monthly Web Presence resource download. This could be a cheat sheet, a checklist, a template, or even a video giving you the steps to take action on the Web Presence strategies of the month. You will also have a place in a monthly lucky draw to win goodies for your business. And you'll have the first say in what topics to choose for upcoming sessions. And you know what? So that you can try this out with no obligation, the first month is completely free. That's right, you have a 30-day trial on the Web Presence Powwow membership. And in those 30 days, we're going to be unlocking a ton of the value that you'll receive in this amazing program. So that means you get your first month of the goodies all free with no obligation. After that, if you are not over the moon, you are free to unsubscribe. Or if you like it, stay on and enjoy more web presence magic with amazing results for you. You'll find out more at the link bit.ly/WP Powwow. That's WPPOWPOW. You'll find the link at the end of your masterclass. And so this masterclass comes to an end. Do you have any questions, any remarks, anything that I can do to help to serve you better? Because I'd love to do that. I would love to hear from you. The best place to continue the conversation is always LinkedIn. And if you connect with me on LinkedIn, let me know that you've been to the Web Presence Strategy Masterclass. That will allow me to connect back with you and support your web presence growth. I would love to stay connected and support you in your web presence journey. I trust this Web Presence Masterclass can give you the boost you need to fine-tune your web presence and start magnetizing those ideal clients. I look forward to seeing you on LinkedIn, and I hope that you'll be getting started with your 7 keys to web presence strategy, your action points, and your Web Presence DIY Toolkit. And wouldn't it be great if we can catch up again when you join the Web Presence Powwow membership and enjoy that first month of free membership? I'd love to see you there, and I would love to see you thrive. Your success is one of the successes that I want to celebrate. Thank you for joining me for this hour, and I trust you are going to take so much out of it, and I can't wait to see your results. See you online.